When we perceive an object, Kant explains we are just experiencing the appearance of an object. What we cognize is not what actually exists outside of our minds. Let's use this example. I am looking at a carrot on a plate on a table. Now, as I look at these objects, my mind is creating their color, the taste, the smells, etc., etc. But what I am also perceiving is that these objects are occupying a portion of space and are existing throughout time. These objects are spatial temporal, or at least that is how I am cognizing them. So what is actually happening? My mind is getting the raw data of these objects, as Kant would say, from the things in themselves, as they exist in the external world that has no space or time. As the data goes through the lens of my mind, my intuitions organizes this data so I can, as Kant describes, intuit them. Basically, my mind orders this data for me into a spatial temporal format so I can understand it. As the data from the external world passes into my mind, my time-space intuitions filter, order and arrange these objects into what I am currently perceiving. Interesting. So, time and space are solely products of the mind. Outside our minds, time and space do not exist in the external world. And so, if there were no human minds to perceive the world, if every human died, so too would time and space, as they solely exist in the human mind. They are completely mind dependent. Okay, but the objects we perceive and experience, they do exist in the external world. Yes, in some sense, but not as I am perceiving them. This is not full idealism like that of George Berkeley. There does exist an external world, and the objects we are perceiving are coming from this external world. Our minds are not creating the objects. The reason I am seeing the carrot and plate and table is because there really is a carrot, plate and table in the external world feeding me that perception. It is not that these objects are mental ideas. They physically exist, but our intuitions are just ordering and filtering them so we can process and intuit them. This is the metaphysics of the theory. All objects exist outside of our minds, but what we perceive are just the appearances of the objects. Kant calls this the phenomena. Outside of our minds, these objects exist independently, the things in themselves, which Kant refers to as the noumena, the true, raw objects as they naturally exist outside the filters of our intuitions. They exist in an external world without space and time. I see. Now, we can never have direct access to the noumena. Our human minds are programmed to perceive the world in a spatial temporal way. All we can perceive and experience is the phenomena. This is where the term transcendental comes from. Transcendental meaning transcendent, beyond the human experience, going beyond what is directly in front of us. Yes, this makes sense. Thank you for watching this clip from Philosophy Vibe. If you did enjoy, then please make sure you watch the full video linked below. Also, don't forget to like and share, and for more philosophical debates and discussions, please subscribe to the channel.